right, so it's the court's understanding that there is a verdict. There will not be any outbursts in this courtroom. If there are outbursts in this courtroom, you're going to be allowed, you're going to be asked to leave by the deputy. If there was a statement or something you're going to give, you're not going to be allowed to give it because you're going to be asked to leave the courtroom. Does everyone understand? And my understanding after this, Mr. McIntyre, after you're sentenced, that they want to have a victim impact. Who is going to be giving the victim impact? All right, so the advocate is going to be saying victim impact on behalf of the mother. What I can tell you in this courtroom, I always require everybody, treat everybody with respect. I know that this is a very emotional case for everyone, but I want the deputies to have an easy time this evening. And I just want everyone to please keep your emotions at this level, although I understand there's a lot of emotions going on both sides. And is Hunter on his way?
Oh, we're waiting on John.
All right.
Come on, John. We're waiting on you, man. Here we go.
Ah. Yes, if you can just tell me. All right. I'll just stand right there for one moment. All right, we're going to go back on the record in 2019 CR 12495, State versus Tamar McIntyre. Could I have parties announced, please?
Jason Garahan and Megan Galloway for the state, Your Honor.
John Hunter and Thomas Lane for Mr. McIntyre, Your Honor. He's present.
All right. Deputy Laura has informed me there was a buzz and that the jury has reached a verdict. Are both parties prepared to receive the verdict from the jurors?
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, let's bring them in.
All rise for the jury.
All right, everyone, please be seated. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's the court's understanding that you've reached a verdict. Is that correct? And is that verdict unanimous?
Here we go.
All right, Deputy Laura. Thank you. All right. It states that we unanimously find that the defendant, Tamar McIntyre, did not cause the death of Anthony Saldivar under the immediate influence of sudden passion arising from adequate cause.
There they go.
It states that punishment to be assessed at 80 years in the prison. And there's no fine. Does anyone wish to have the jury polled?
Not in the state, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
80
All right.
years.
Ladies
Oh.
and gentlemen, I'm first going to start with your unanimous decision stating that there was no fighting of sudden passion. If that is your verdict, I'll need you to respond yes. Does everyone understand?
80
We're
years.
starting on the end. Is this your verdict?
How is this going to play
sorry?
out?
Is this your verdict?
Yes.
Is this your verdict? Is this your verdict? Is this your verdict?
Yes.
Is this your verdict? I'm on the back row. I'm sorry. Is this your verdict on the back row? Is this your verdict? Is this your verdict? Is this your verdict? Is this your verdict?
Yes.
Is this your verdict? Is this your verdict? With regards to the sentence of 80 years in the prison
Goodness.
and no fine, if this is your verdict, I need you to answer yes. Does everyone understand? Is this your verdict? Is this your verdict?
Yes.
Is this your verdict?
Yes.
Is this your verdict?
Yes.
Is this your verdict? Back row, is this your verdict? Is this your verdict? Is this your verdict? Is this your verdict? Is this your verdict?
Yes.
Is this your verdict? Is this your verdict? All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to have you go back to the jury room and I'll meet you back there shortly. Everyone, please rise for the jurors.
That is crazy.
All right, everyone, please be seated.
That boy ain't never getting out.
All right, Mr. McIntyre, the jury found you guilty of murder. Your punishment is to be assessed at 80 years in the prison. The court will give you credit for any time served. There's a $0 fine.
Oh, well, that's nice.
And with regards to the other offense, State, are you requesting that to be stacked?
Yes, we are, Your Honor.
All right.
Your Honor.
And I'm assuming you're against that. Is that correct?
We would just like to briefly, for the record, maintain that our argument would be that to run consecutively an 80-year sentence on top of 55.
Just one moment, counsel. Just give me one moment. Mr. McIntyre, I want you to know that I listened to all of the evidence in punishment and thought about whether or not your sentence should be stacked. I don't know where your mom is, don't know where your father is. I know that you had a rough childhood.
Is it going to be
And
stacked?
I do
Oh,
know that
gosh.
these offenses occurred when you were very young. And I understand the state of the law, what people consider an adult. I listened to the testimony of the expert that was brought by defense counsel. You've already been sentenced to murder in the other county, and then you have a murder here. And the sentence for 55 years, that's a stiff sentence. This 80-year sentence is a stiff sentence. And these are cases where you have to serve half your time, and that's day for day time. And I recognize that. Hopefully you will grow, but based upon his age, based upon the number of years that he has received out of Tarrant County and the
Tim.
number of years that he's received here, based upon his history and the lack of any type of good parenting. From what I can tell, his mother wasn't a good parent to him. His father wasn't a good parent to him. Child Protective Services was not good. And if you believe the testimony, I don't know why Child Protective Services would place children back with a father who put the children's mother in the hospital. Is there something else that needs to be done with our society? Yes. Is more money need for Child Protective Services and their workers? Yes.
Absolutely.
And I do realize that while this is a lot of time, and I tell people all the time, any time that you do in custody is a lot of time. But by that same token, you're still alive. And what the state has said is true. You're still alive. You can still better yourself. If you end up in prison for the rest of your life, you're still alive. You still can improve yourself. Your family can still visit you. But the complainant in this case is deceased. And you need to internalize that the complainant in this case is deceased and that his family is never going to see him again. So you're going to have to make changes. And you're going to have to remove people from your life who are not a benefit in the means of making you a better person. And I do understand that sometimes people will go to prison, they join gangs because you need protection, because you're there by yourself, you're young, but you're going to have to make better choices. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm going to sentence him to 80 years in the prison, give him credit for any time served. There is a $0 fine.
Okay.
This will run concurrent with 1511547D. And is there any, I
He
don't
got
know if there's any
concurrent.
restitution.
Is there any possibility of parole?
Judge, we'd be asking for restitution to the family.
May we approach, Your Honor?
Yes.
Is there a possibility of parole on that 80 years? Because if it's concurrent, he's now, let's see, 55. So that'll be 25. So that means he's going to have to serve 25 plus 28. So that means he wouldn't, if no parole, that means he wouldn't be eligible for parole until he's for another 53 years. Oh. Is that right? Am I doing that math right? Also, how much time has he served? Not a lot. Oh man, what a mess.
Any,
What's the parole
and
on
there's to
this
be
one?
restitution, if any, to the complainant's estate. Is there anything else with regards to sentencing?
Not from the city.
It's estate.
Wait, we missed that. Hold on.
And there's to be restitution, if any, to the complainant's estate. Is
So
there
he's
anything else
looking
with
like he
regards
has to serve
sentencing?
at least 40 years.
Not from the city.
All right, did you review the document entitled
Before
Trial Court
parole.
Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you do have a right to appeal as this was a jury trial. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All
This
right,
is
and
crazy.
also there's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon.
Judge, and you just asked for a continued no contact order with the next.
Goodness.
Well, I guess I should say there should be no contact with the family outside of legal
Yes.
for the
yes.
civil matters, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
So there's to be no contact
Dang, man.
with the complainant's family outside of legal proceedings. All right, is there anything else from either side?
Not from the state.
All right, Mr. McIntyre, yes.
No, nothing else from the defense.
All right, Mr. McIntyre, there's going to be what is called a victim impact statement. I want you to listen to it, internalize what's being said. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you may proceed. Cindy.
40 years. Oh my goodness. Amy said he's going to get out when he's 72. Sheesh.
On April 23rd, 2017,
What a waste.
spent our final day together as a family, engaged in yard work. We had just moved to a new neighborhood and into our first house a month prior. Marky had been eagerly anticipating and saying, looking forward to the day the grass would grow tall enough to mow it, because it was his. While we rested, he continued to work. He was diligent and a hard-working man. He helped others when he could, and was always willing to lend a hand to anyone in need. After we finished, I could see the pride in his eyes for what he had done that day. He looked happy and was excited for our new life and our new home. When he left that day, I didn't know he was giving me his last goodbyes. A hug and a kiss that will stay in my heart. I didn't know when I started to text him that I would be receiving one last response, but those would be our last words to each other.
Dang,
He
man.
never came back that day. My son was full of love, full of hope and ambitions. He had trust in the good nature of people. He was an entrepreneur. He had a love for the arts, music, photography, videography, people, and business. He had many passions. He was a lyricist, a photographer, and a businessman. He wrote poems, and he would synthesize and compose his own music and record his own lyrics. He was an angel to a few, but a friend to all. He was excited to build connections and help people reach their potential. He had a hand in nurturing and fostering his friends' passion for music, inspiring them to pursue careers in the music industry. This isn't a fair world, but there are rules. He put his trust in you. And when he got into that car that day, and his trust was betrayed, but he lived with hope and love in his heart, and I will carry that with me for as long as I live. My son desired to live in a city that loved him. My son desired a brighter future for himself, his family, and others. He hoped for something better than this. My youngest son, Mark Anthony Saldivar's life ended on April 23rd, 2017, at the age of 23. His dreams, ambitions, aspirations, and goals taken from him by you. He brought smiles to everyone he knew. He left his mark on all of us. I'm thankful justice prevailed so we can start the healing process, to find peace and move on